Trippie Redd has been posting new snippets to A Love Letter to You 5 since he started working on the album back in late 2021. You may have heard of snippets like Heartbreak, Take Me Away, Sad and Alone, Wasting My Time, Let Me Know, Autumn Leaves, Stay Alive, and many more songs, including even some hype songs like Elite or Trip McKnight or Castro. Those have all been fan favorites and some of the OG A Love Letter to You 5 snippets that we're not even sure if those are ever going to come out. See, in 2023, after Trippie Redd went ahead and dropped Mansion Music, decided to clear his Instagram once again and start posting new snippets. Some of the newer snippets include Lost, Last Day, Out of Time, Praying for Love, If You Cared, and All That You Want. We know Trippie has previewed hype songs in the last few months, including Pouring Up My Cup, The Big Bird, and Candy Paint, but we're not sure if those are actually going to end up on the project or not. Either way, I just wanted to give you examples of the old A Love Letter to You 5 era that we had before Mansion Music, and also the newer A Love Letter to You 5 era that we have after Mansion Music has dropped. See, Trippie Redd is fully into the rollout of this album, and there's so many songs that have snippets, and honestly, I do think that A Love Letter to You 5, just based off the snippets, could easily be his best album. But back in 2022, when we were making A Love Letter to You 5 videos, the track list most likely looked way different, and Trippie has definitely taken his time with this project, and I'm sure this project has gone through a ton of changes over time. I will say that the old A Love Letter to You 5 snippets honestly have a lot of nostalgia from last year, and I'm sure if those songs don't end up on the album, they're gonna forever be the biggest grails in the Trippie community. But I gotta say that the newer A Love Letter to You 5 snippets lyrically sound much better. Trippie sounds more mature, he sounds more fit for the style, and just seems like he's ready to put out another great body of work again. I want to dive into the rollouts of both of these projects so far. The old A Love Letter to You 5 had many singles released, it just didn't end up being that successful. We had Big 14 featuring Moneybagg Yo and Offset, we had Ain't Safe with Don Toliver, and we even had the 2-song EP with Save Me Please and First Degree Murder. None of these songs did that well, and they didn't really promote A Love Letter to You 5 that well, and Trippie kind of just ended up canceling his plans. And I think that was a smart move to cancel that, because A Love Letter to You 5 really would have flopped. I think Trippie just had to go back to the drawing board and just get something like Mansion Music out of his system and then finally come back to it, because the newer snippets have been really good. But so far, the rollout for A Love Letter to You 5 hasn't really started, other than Trippie posting snippets to his Instagram saying A Love Letter to You 5 is the next album that's going to be releasing from him. So are we going to be getting a new single soon? What will it be? I think that Trippie should, unless he has a better song out there, I think the best single should be Last Day, which is aka One More Time. I just have a lot of hopes for this project, and I'm really excited to keep covering it for you guys on this channel. But I wanted to dive into this clip from a podcast where one of Trippie Redd's kind of affiliates and boys, Harold, was on the podcast talking about how good A Love Letter to You 5 is.
Even the biggest Trippie Redd fans will be surprised at how this album is really going to sound. Like, I feel like this album will be played 20 years from now. Like, it's that type of sound. Like, you know, A Love Letter to You series is going to be love-based, and it's going to come with that. But the sound and the subjects and the lyrics, you're going to see a big improvement of this shit. It's crazy. Like, it's really a beautiful project. It's not no super bloated heavy album. It's not no 30-song album. This is a played through, no skips. Of his generation, this is gonna be a classic, bro. Like, real talk.
And honestly, I truly do believe him. Like I had said earlier, I think A Love Letter to You 5 has potential to be Trippie's best, because, you know, it's just a part of that legendary series, and I just think the snippets are really good. But if he's gonna tell us this is gonna be a classic, no skips down the road, I'm all here for it, and I really want Trippie to kind of go back to that mode. And again, this is the last A Love Letter to You 5, so he better go all out and make it the best as possible. Trippie did say on a podcast in the past that there's not gonna be too many features, it's not gonna be like the lengthiest track list of all time, and I'm really excited for him to go back to that as well. I want to know in the comments down below on this discussion for Love Letter to You 5, are you guys more of a fan of the older snippets on the album? Did you wish that A Love Letter to You 5 has already came out? Or are you more of a fan of the newer snippets of A Love Letter to You 5, and are you really excited for the album to drop this year and be Trippie's next project? Other than that, catch me with more live streams on the channel and more thoughts over on Twitter and Instagram, so make sure you go check me out there. And other than that, I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.